It's 12 hours before we head off to the airport. The airport looks pretty much choked with people sitting everywhere. We've nearly lost Lorraine and Bev. They just kept on going. Things have taken a bit of a change, and not for the better.
We didn't know if you were going to make it to the wedding.
Hong Kong airport is still in disarray. Looks like all the flights have been cancelled.
There's a convoy of military vehicles, China military vehicles.
The protesters are blocking all the security gates, they're blocking the check-in desk.
Excuse me?
Gotta go round that one. Freddie's bag.
You right? It's been incredibly stressful. It's 12 hours before we head off to the airport. We seem to be pretty much under control. Reese is doing Jenny's hair at the moment. Reese's room, if you can see that, is somewhat chaotic. The only little wrinkle that occurred this morning is that we found out that at the Hong Kong airport there's protesters who are sitting in, and the airport looks pretty much choked with people sitting everywhere protesting, of course, some of those laws that the Chinese government are trying to impose on the Hong Kong people. So it's going to be interesting. We've had to change our hotel from Causeway Bay to Macau because DFAT, the Australian government, has actually upgraded the Hong Kong travel warning to yellow, which I think is exercise extreme caution, and the next one is then red, basically don't travel there. So we've decided to go to Macau, which is still pretty safe, pretty untouched, I think, by these protests. We just got to get it through the airport and to the ferry, but I'm sure that's going to be fun. 12 hours to go. I've got things I got to do, so let's get into it. Here we are at the airport. We've made it through customs, and you know what? We're still in one piece and we're still in one group. So let's just have a look around. Here's Sammy, there's Lorraine, there's Beverly, Neil's coming around with his coffee, there's Reese over there, there's Britty, and Freddie's watching Baby Bum. So Jenny's having a bit of a wander around somewhere. The time at the moment is, what's the time at the moment? It must be about midnight.
No, it's
11 o'clock?
feels like 1 o'clock in the morning.
It's only 11 o'clock and our plane doesn't leave till nearly 1 in the morning, so another 2 hours. Okay, so we got a little while to wait. So Freddie is eating a chocolate cookie, which probably isn't my choice for before he goes on the plane, and we'll probably get a coffee. How you going there, Britty? You hanging in there?
Pretty tired, but I'm pumped.
I think we all are. We're all pretty pumped.
1562 Hong Kong is paging the following passengers. Miss Chen Yi.
Alright, so we've nearly lost Lorraine and Bev. They just kept on going. So Reese is heading after them to bring them back.
It's really nice.
It's so much for a little man to take in, isn't it?
Freddie, are you gonna smile?
Hi everybody, this is Steve Nahuson live in Macau. We arrived yesterday morning. There's Jenny in the background. Say hey, honey.
Hey!
So we arrived yesterday morning. What time did we get in? About 7 o'clock. I think we're a little bit ahead of schedule.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We meant to land at 7:30.
And weather here has been really nice. It is very hot, very humid. We went for a walk last night and it was beautiful, but it was about 30 degrees. So we got Freddie visiting. What's Grandma doing, Fred? So this is a hotel room in Metro Park in the middle of Macau. It's pretty central to everything. It's a good sized room. Nice, massive bed. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and there's a backpack. Thank you, Freddie. Look, Freddie, there's Grandma. Freddie loves to be able to walk back and forth between all our different rooms. So here we are at the Outer Harbour ferry terminal. We're just booking our return ferry to the airport, and we're just waiting for Jenny. Trying to get some shade, but it's very glary. So very hot.
Very hot. Very hot.
The local population here have been quite taken with little Freddie. They love his features and his cuteness and his blue eyes, I think. So yeah, so he has been very popular. He's a little tired now. He actually wants to have a sleep. He's rubbing his eyes a bit.
Ready?
So here we are back at our hotel room.
Freddie, come on.
There is 9 of us in this one little hotel room, and we're all sharing the shower
Oh, can we turn this bathroom fan?
before we head out to the airport. So let me just take you around. So there's the bathroom, and there's Sam and Freddie are about to have a bath or a shower. And here is the main bedroom area.
Well,
Yeah.
Sorry if it's a little bit dark, but it is hitting evening.
And
So
the
there's
storm's on.
a storm coming through. There's Neil and Lorraine.
Cancel all the other hotel rooms. We'll just live like this at every
Oh yeah, Jenny Reese,
So much money.
Brittany, Honey Bev over there near the window. And here's the interesting thing is we just got stuff absolutely everywhere. Not sure if you can see it properly, but we have got bags from
Here to there.
Krakatoa to Wazoo.
And around the back here.
It's over on that.
Whoa, it is everywhere. But we're actually all getting on pretty well. We haven't had any crises yet. Everybody is in good spirits, and we're getting ourselves ready to actually head to the Macau ferry terminal, where we'll then get a ferry to the international airport, and then board our flight around about 12 o'clock tonight. So we head to Amsterdam. We'll be arriving around about 6:30 tomorrow morning, and about a 12.5 hour flight. And that will be the end of our Asian part of our journey, heading into our European part of the journey, which is overwhelmingly the biggest and probably the most exciting part, because of course we're going to a wedding.
Come here, Bubba.
Yes, Reese is officiating, Sam is a groomsman. I'm making a speech, I'm also the MC. Even though they don't have an MC in European weddings, they've found a spot for me as MC. And I think I'm going to go a little bit crazy and just take over the place for a while. Anyway, it's going to be great. And thank you for joining us so far. We will check in probably at the airport. Ciao for now. Everyone say goodbye.
Bye. Bye, everybody.
It wasn't the best start to the overseas holiday.
Things have taken a bit of a change, and not for the better, unfortunately. So we were all getting ready to head off to the airport just a little while ago, and I happened to check my phone, and I saw a news article just come in that the Hong Kong airport, international airport, has been closed, and that all flights for today and tomorrow morning have been cancelled. And this is because the protesters have moved into the airport and are blocking the airport essentially, and that the authorities are now taking steps to clear the airport, which means getting all the travellers out of the airport so they can use whatever means they think is necessary. Could be tear gas, who knows. So a bit of an unknown situation. Jenny jumped on the phone to the insurance company. We've managed to get another bunch of rooms for tonight so we can stay in our hotel where we were before, which is a good thing. It's now about 10 to 7 at night. We should have been actually on our way to the airport on the ferry. So we're just going to grab something to eat, settle down for the night, keep in contact with the insurance company tomorrow, and watch what happens at the airport and see whether there's a chance to fly out tomorrow or not. As you can understand, Luke and Val are getting really upset and kind of freaking out a little bit. So one way or another, we will get to this wedding. Yes, buddy? You want me to stop talking?
Daddy's arrived.
So, looked pretty unexpected, but I guess when you think about it, maybe it wasn't so unexpected because the situation at the Hong Kong airport has been pretty unpredictable. But we will see what happens, and you know, never fear, we will get to the wedding, Pookie and Val. We will get there. Steve Nahuson for now. Signing off.
So when we figured out that your flight was cancelled, we were at home, I think, and I just had a mental breakdown. So I know that I remember that I went to the garden and I started screaming really loud because I was thinking, oh my god, this is...
Yeah, you went all the way back into the forest there. Yeah.
And then I think you were with Jake and...
yeah, I stayed with Jake, so I didn't know if I had to come and console you or just let you go, or... Yeah, but it was a very confusing time because I didn't really expect to hear that sort of news.
Yeah.
It is Tuesday morning. The time to stand, says my watch. I don't know what the date is, the 13th?
13th.
Date? 13th of August, and the time is approximately 8:50 a.m. Now, we're no closer to getting to the wedding. We have no idea how we're going to get there because Hong Kong airport is still in disarray. Looks like all the flights out of Hong Kong airport for today have been cancelled through Cathay Pacific. We're now looking at whatever alternative we can. So we're actually still at the hotel. We've just finished breakfast. We've been sitting here for quite some time. So we've got Sam and Brittany over there with little Freddie. Bubbles. We've got Neil and Lorraine here to my left. We got Reese over here. And we got Jenny punching away on her phone as well, and she's looking for options on flights out of here. We're really looking at every option we can. We can either fly out of here to Taiwan, to even Shanghai, any airline we can get out of here.
They'll pay for us anyway to get there. Yeah, oh no, that's fine. I can pay by credit card.
Whatever happens, even if we have to fly, Sam's found potentially an option with Emirates tomorrow, but it's business class. Is that out of Hong Kong, Sam?
Yeah, that's fine. I can put that on my credit card.
Well, whatever it takes, we'll get to the wedding, but we're just not sure how we're going to do it yet.
All those flights that can't get 9 of us on there. So even though she said they've looked at that, there's not 9 seats available in business or anything. At the moment, they might be able to get us on a 12:15 flight tonight, so the similar one that we were on, but it goes to Barcelona, and then we've got to get from Barcelona to Amsterdam. So it'll get there at midday on Wednesday.
There's a convoy of military vehicles, China military vehicles.
So you know what that means, that the airport won't be opening anytime soon, I would imagine.
Holy dooly. Aren't you glad we can't even Hong Kong?
Yeah, thank God we were in class.
Yeah. Haven't confirmed it yet. They're on the phone to Cathay just trying to get us on that flight, and then they'll book us on a flight from Barcelona to Amsterdam. That there is a connection flight that they can get us on, but they got to confirm with Cathay first that they got us on. They're just waiting for Cathay to confirm them.
Okay. Fingers crossed that they're in the answer.
Reese's bag is split, so we're now looking for a strap before we head off on our next part of our journey. Freddie, this way, darling. So we've come to the local supermarket.
It's kind of interesting.
What do you got there, Freddie? Yeah, that's pretty.
A light up.
I don't think you should play with that, buddy. Let's put it back. Good boy. So it is now Tuesday. It is 12:30 in the afternoon. We've got some great news. The great news is that we've got a plane out of here. I kind of feel like Johnny on Schitt's Creek. We're out of here. Anyway, so we're leaving at midnight tonight. The plan is at this point we're going to fly out Cathay Pacific to Barcelona. We're then going to jump on a low-cost airline called Vueling from Barcelona to Amsterdam. We should arrive around midday Wednesday, all going well.
Go interview Auntie Bev.
I can't interview Auntie Bev because she's in the shower at the moment, but thank you, Sam. So we're all back in room 1117, which is Sam and Brittany's room. We've now debunked out of the rest of the hotel. So there is Neil, there's Sam, of course Lorraine, little Tony Fred looking at that baby bum, and he's joined by Yaya. The other two people who are missing is, of course, Jenny and Reese. Now, they are actually at the ferry terminal getting...
They're protesting.
God, I hope they don't get caught up in that. But they're actually getting some more tickets on the super jet or the super turbojet or the turbojet, which takes us from Macau to the Hong Kong airport. So, yep, everything's going well. We're all back in one room, all together. Everyone's in pretty good spirits, except I believe that the old folk had a bit of a scuffle before over the news show and what Lorraine was doing when the news was on and Neil watched it and all that kind of stuff. But there was a lot of yelling. I missed it, unfortunately, but it must have been pretty good. So hopefully we'll be able to catch a little bit of action a little bit later on, depending on how things go.
Grandma said earlier that Grandpa was bullshitting.
Is that right, Lorraine?
No. But I was right.
Things are good.
We're not getting a bite out of Lorraine either. Hey Freddie, can we see you dance, buddy? Freddie, you gonna dance? Dance! Come on, Freddie, dance! Hey! Nice dance, Fred. I think you're losing your pants though. Alright, so this is me for now, Steve Nahuson, signing off until we meet again. So we're on the bus now, heading to the airport. We're not 100% confident that the plane is going to get out tonight, but we're pretty confident and we're going to give it a crack anyway. So, got all our suitcases up front. I love it how they do things over here. You just jam it all in.
It's about time Sam and Brittany moved out of that room. They've been in the same room for 3 days.
Sam and Brittany had been in that same room for 3 days. They must have felt like home by the time we moved out.
Oh yes, they've been entertaining everyone.
So let's sit back, relax, enjoy the short bus trip to the ferry terminal, and hopefully we're going to have success with flying out tonight.
Yeah. Mama.
That's a petrol station.
Motorbikes everywhere. Well, Freddie, we're going to try and get out of here again. Oh, that's on your arm. Just giving you a latest update. So we didn't end up getting out yesterday. We went to the ferry terminal and the ferries were all shut down and the airport was shut down. And even though our flight actually did come and go, it didn't actually take anybody from Hong Kong airport. It only took people who were already checked into other flights coming into the airport and then flying through. So it wasn't for us. We had to then return back to the hotel, which was really disappointing. But the hotel staff have been absolutely fantastic and they gave us back our rooms and checked us into new rooms and been very, very accommodating. So we've been on the phone and checking different options, and everybody back home too has also been looking at flights. Jenny this morning has spoken to the insurance company and she's also spoken to the travel agent, and it looks like we might potentially have an option out of here, which is flying out of Macau airport into China, maybe Beijing or Shanghai, and then transferring from Shanghai or Beijing to Brussels or Frankfurt or Dusseldorf. We don't know yet. So we're just waiting on a call back from the travel agent. I'm pretty certain that the airport at Hong Kong is still shut down. There's a report on CNN this morning saying that some flights seem to be departing, but again, we don't know whether passengers are getting in and checking through security and so on. Because the problem we have at the moment is that the protesters are blocking all the security gates, they're blocking the check-in desks, and so basically the staff have retreated back from those areas, and passengers are just not able to get through, and they're mingled in with all the protesters. That's the last thing we want with little Freddie, and of course elderly passengers travelling with us as well. So we're now packing, we're in a state of readiness, we're waiting on a phone call from our travel agent, and hey, you two, We're now waiting for a call from our travel agent, and hopefully we'll be able to get out of here today. So I will keep you updated. Thank you, Stephen Houston, for now. Signing off. Reese, why are you doing that?
Okay, bye. All right.
So what's going on?
Okay, so they can get it from Shanghai to Amsterdam tonight, later tonight.
Yep.
And they're just working on a flight from Shenzhen to Shanghai.
Okay.
So I just had to run down and see if they've got room on the ferry for us to get there. They have. So now I've got to ring her back and then they'll get that other flight.
Fantastic. All right.
So,
excellent.
And, yeah.
All right. To Shenzhen.
Okay.
Do they call?
Yeah. Okay.
Freddie's also doing his bit on the phone as well.
Oh, hi Nat, can I speak to Chelsea please? She's helping me urgently, so she said if she's on the phone just let her know Jenny knows and is on the phone and it's urgent. No, she's trying to get us out of Hong Kong, and she said she just rang me and got me to check something, and she said call back and tell them to get her urgently for me. Just grab her, she'll know exactly who I am. Go through this every time I take. Have you got a reference number? Yeah. Hey Chelsea, okay, we can, they've got a ferry at 1:30 and 4 o'clock, so I said we'll go to 1:30 to make sure that we're there in plenty of time, and he checked there's seats available on the ferry, and it goes to the airport. Yeah, so it actually goes to Shenzhen Airport. Yeah, so it must be like the international, Hong Kong international one.
Oh, she's on. Oh, good. Alright, I just want to make sure Fred was alright. You okay, Freddie? Is he alright?
Yes.
Yeah, mate.
So that'll probably get us there at 2:30. So there'll be plenty of time to check in. And is it just a local, or is it international? I do. So I have to go through immigration and stuff. Okay, that's what I thought. The 4 o'clock will be cutting it a bit fine for a 6 o'clock flight. So, no. All right, thank you very much. Okay, bye.
All good?
So now she's gonna try and get us on this flight. I'm working on getting you there tomorrow morning, but it just depends on flights from Shenzhen to Shanghai.
Up to Sam and Brittany's place. She's probably heard from the agents by now. Just see what the latest is.
Well, we're just waiting. We may have some flights. I'm just waiting to get the tickets and things. So
So what will be the plan then if we would do our flights?
they're here.
Oh!
Okay, so all right. So this is what they say. We got to get a ferry to Shenzhen Airport from Macau.
Yeah.
We then hop on a flight that takes us to Shanghai, and then we hop on a Lufthansa flight that takes us to Munich, and then from Munich to Amsterdam.
Wow.
We arrive at Amsterdam at 8:10 tomorrow morning.
Wow. Okay. So fantastic. And we've got the ferry terminal. Have we got the ferry tickets?
I've booked the tickets. We've got to pick them up when we go.
And that's turbojet?
No, it's a different
carrier.
operator.
Wow, that is great news.
Once we get to the airport terminal, you then get a shuttle to the airport
Right.
from the ferry terminal.
Okay, perfect. All right. So what time are we out of here? It's now 11:15. Midday?
I want to get the midday shuttle.
All right.
Okay,
Just
well,
because-
we better start heading back.
Just
Alright.
because we don't know
Yeah.
where to go. He said you only have to be there 15 minutes before the ferry,
Alright.
but I don't know
Okay.
where it is. And
Hello,
Oh.
yeah, just an update, 11:45 downstairs. Did you want me and Reese to come
can
and give you a
I
hand?
send one to Luke and Val?
Alright, well let us know if
Yep.
you need a hand.
Who's that?
It's hot, but it's still half an hour
There's
away.
Jenny.
So 11:45 is fine. Alright.
I
okay.
saw it. Yeah,
Alright,
I
bye.
saw them come through.
Said the travel agent.
Yeah.
I did. So he said when we get off at the ferry, we just have to get a shuttle to the airport. It says it's the ferry terminal for the airport, but then you hop on a free shuttle. So we're okay with visas and things like that, aren't we? So long as we got, yep. Perfect. Yep. Yes, yeah. All right. Oh, thank you so much. All right. Well, hopefully you won't hear from me for. So once we get there, yeah, if you wouldn't mind just checking what our options are with coming home and. Okay. All right. Perfect. All right. Okay. Yes, I will. I definitely will. Alrighty, thank you so much, Chelsea. You've done you're a miracle. Okay, thank you. Okay, bye.
Alright.
Okay, we're going to get on the move. All right, here we are ready for the shuttle bus. Jenny is checking out.
But you know what? This would probably be better if I knew I could just leave. Freddie's just going, bus? Are we going to get the bus?
Us again?
Do you like getting the bus?
Freddie's like, it's weird, we came all this way and they just taken me to a bus and back.
You know what this reminds me of? That classic movie, Trains, Planes and Automobiles.
Never heard of it.
Oh, come on.
Reminds me of National Lampoon's European
Get a bus,
Vacation.
and then guess what?
It does. All right, we are on the way. So we're at the ferry terminal, but it seems that we can't get into Shenzhen without a visa. So, so now we're following this guy to another terminal, it's like another counter where we might have to buy a different ferry ticket to somewhere else. Thank you.
Let's go, we can get a shuttle from there to the airport. We don't have to get another ferry.
We're from
Check out.
呢個係邊啊？係今日出嘅喎，呢個嘢船公司個嘢帶佢過去。維景啊？係啊係啊。夜晚黑就同佢哋過㗎啦。
點埋佢哋得唔得啊？
係咪海蛇口得啫？
嗰蛇口得，
佢冇簽證嘅喎。
澳洲啊？
問題就係呢啲飛係退唔到喎。
咁冇辦法，如果退唔到咁咪咁冇辦法啦。
係啊，呢啲飛係退唔到喎。
Excuse me. So,
Alright, we've got the tickets to Seco. We've checked our bags in. We're now racing to get on the ferry. Oh boy.
Gotta go round another one.
Yeah, check out. We won't miss out on our flight.
no, flight 6 p.m.
Right.
So where are we going?
Well, we're going to get a ferry from Macau ferry terminal and we're going to head to Shikao and then we're going to get a shuttle or a taxi or a bus or something and we're going to go to Shenzhen International Airport and then we're going to fly from there to Shanghai and then out of China.
What are you? Who takes Freddie's bag?
You right? Do you want me to take Freddie's bag?
No, all good.
But then it was Wednesday and we knew, okay, the wedding is on Friday. How are they gonna get here?
Yeah.
Alright, so we're in a taxi heading to Shenzhen airport. It's been an incredibly stressful past couple of hours. So we managed to get the ferry to Circo, which is a port just near Shenzhen. We had to go there to get our visas. The visa process took probably about an hour and a half, I guess. Then we had to go through customs and fingerprints and all that kind of stuff. That took quite a while. Then we tried to find a shuttle, and the shuttle bus was sitting there, but it didn't leave for another 2 hours. It was going to leave half an hour after our flight left. So the flight leaves at 6 p.m. Time now is 4:50 p.m. So we have to now get to Shenzhen Domestic Airport and check in, load our baggage on there, and then get on the flight departing at 6 o'clock. So don't know how long it's going to take. It's a bit hard to say. A lot of language barriers over here, unfortunately, so I don't really know how far the airport is away from here, except it's around about $200 in Chinese money, which doesn't sound a long way, but who knows. So we're in the taxi. I've got Neil with me and about 1,000 suitcases. There's 2 other taxis with people in it. I don't know where the 3rd taxi is. I can see one in front of us, but we're all heading in a convoy to the airport, so fingers crossed.
So when we arrived at the airport to catch the flight to what we thought would be to go to Shanghai, we were very late. We just missed the flight. We were all running through the airport with the full intention that we wanted to catch the flight. We missed it, and I would say that was probably the lowest point for us. But what we didn't know is it was a blessing in disguise.
So slightly different background behind me. It's because we're in a different hotel room. We end up staying at Shenzhen. So we got to the airport just a little bit too late for our flight. The flight had closed. Pretty devastating. And we had to then regroup and try and work out some options. So we ended up booking a hotel at the Hyatt Park, which is actually just next to the Shenzhen airport. And we got here late-ish last night, exhausted, frustrated, and a bit concerned. And but anyway, we had a good night's sleep, and Jenny has been speaking to the travel agent again. So the current plan is that we're going to have some breakfast very shortly. Little Freddie is visiting us in our room. And after breakfast, I'm going to go to the airport and just make sure we're okay on a visa front, because there's a bit of confusion about our visas. And then hopefully we'll fly out at 1 o'clock, fly into Beijing, and then from Beijing on to Amsterdam. So fingers crossed we'll arrive the morning of the wedding, but it's still touch and go. We have to see what happens yet, but we'll keep you in touch of what's developing. So thank you very much, guys, and I'll speak to you again soon. Bye. You said bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See you later. Can you say that?
Bye. Bye.
Actually, you got quite a nice view.
It's the same view as us. We're literally a wall. Alright, let's go. Actually, no, before breakfast, can you give us an update, Mum?
Reese and your dad and I, I'll start from the very beginning. We went down for a cup of tea and a drink last night and started looking up flights and things like that. I did a big email to the travel agent, just telling them of our flight again. And at 2:30 this morning here, which was 4:30, I got woken up by an email. Reese started getting phone calls from the travel agent. So she was, oh my God, I've called our manager, I've got everybody on it, we're already starting to try and find your flight. So they came back to us this morning and with a flight that we saw last night that had a 2-hour transit in Beijing, but we read on the Chinese side, it had in red writing, you must collect your bags and then check them in again, and we said that's not possible.
Yeah.
We need more than 2 hours. We don't know where we're going. I said that flight is good, but can we get an earlier flight to get there? So we got plenty of time to sort things out. It can get us on a 1:30 flight out of here.
Who's it with?
China Southern. Then they rang border control and said, yep, you're fine, you don't need a visa. Then I've had Ross and Jeff and Sue checking with...
Have you had them too?
Yeah, they're all involved. Ross rang the Chinese consulate and they said, no, you can't go to Beijing, you have to go Hong Kong and fly out of there.
Oh, jeez.
So I go, oh my God. So what Samantha is doing now, she's sending me the tickets and suggested we go over to the airport and just say, do we need a visa for this or we fine? Then the other big news is they only charged us 2,000 and something for these flights. They said we're going to work on getting the 18,000 back that you spent yesterday.
Oh, that is good news.
Steve went to the airport, had to find out re-visas. Obviously, that's pretty difficult with the language barrier. So what we did, we all packed up, made sure everyone, the oldies, everyone was ready to go, and then we went down to the airport. We tracked down Steve and found Steve at the desk.
If we had made that flight, there's a strong possibility we would have been detained in Shanghai due to the fact we didn't have the correct visas to travel within China.
From what we could understand, we were all ready to jump on a bus at that stage.
All right, here we go. Awesome job, buddy.
Sweaty.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, we got water.
We just don't have a bus driver, that's all.
That's good time.
Thank you.
Has anyone got any
Here's
spare?
your aqua.
Yeah, you can have that for us.
Yeah, he's got enough. Just keep it for everyone.
Just a question.
Someone, please.
Has anybody seen the bus driver?
I'll do it. Hey, can I have a sip, Grandpa? Yeah. Grandpa? What? Have a, what is rude? Do you say yes?
Hey.
Have a sip of your water.
Ready. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy.
Silly grandpa.
Oh, you got little footrests. My mum doesn't.
Another check-in, guys. So we are now in a bus heading towards the border in China, at which point we'll get out of this coach and we'll get into 2 limos and then drive from there to the Hong Kong International Airport. The latest is that the protesters are outside the airport and only people with valid tickets are allowed into the airport. So hopefully our ticket is valid. And we'll then get on a plane. Who are we flying with? Emirates, yes. Do you know what sort of plane? A380 Emirates, top of it. Oh, that's pretty good. Hurry up! And we will then fly from Hong Kong to Dubai to Frankfurt. The driver's a bit frustrated by the slowpoke sitting in front of us, and he's now taken off, so that's good. So looks like we might just make the wedding. We arrive in Frankfurt around about 8 to 8:30 a.m., something like that. 8:50 a.m. I'm told by my my little voice off to the side, who often seems to be there. It's kind of like this. Where does that come from? Whoa! This is how they drive in China. Actually,
in front of a bus.
I think that's how Auntie Bev drives. Not the bus, but the car in front.
It is not. I was taught by Alan, who was super
Actually,
careful.
I don't think I've ever seen Auntie Bev drive sober.
Yeah, well. Anyway, so we're all here on the bus. So there's Reese in the back talking to Valerie. Jenny sitting there talking to the camera from the side.
I've got what humidity affected hair.
Yes, her hair is affected by the Chinese humidity.
Have to work its magic when we all get
She
there.
doesn't have a straightener, but that's okay. There's Neil and Lorraine there.
So,
little Freddie.
you want to take us straight to the bar?
Yeah.
Little Freddie.
Get dressed and
My wing person is Auntie Bev, and we got Sammy in the back. A little bit of traffic here.
Oh wow. Is this fun? Yeah, grass.
I'm so glad.
But I'm sure that we'll get past that.
But look at them all. Take a photo.
I mean, we're really being overprotective with Fred.
Okay, Mum.
Yeah.
Maybe we should revise that.
5 people, 250, mate.
Yeah, they should in first class.
Like inspection points. It was on. Let's hear it, Brittany.
I wrote a song when I was a little girl, and it was actually inspired by Genie in the Bottle by Christina Aguilera.
Whoa! You were a little girl when that song came out?
Yeah, that was about the time that I wrote this song.
You were so young.
And it's called Trees Don't Grow Without Roots.
Oh.
And it was very deep.
Do you remember how it goes?
I can't.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
They tried to con you.
See, just word it.
Just do the first verse. Just do a spoken word.
I actually can't remember. All I know is that it said trees don't grow without roots about 101 times.
Oh, right.
We're nearly at the border, are we?
Yeah, I think so. We think that's the stadium where the Chinese troops are forming in case they need to get into Hong Kong.
So do we have to go through all checkpoints? Yeah.
I'd say so.
When we arrived to the China-Hong Kong border, so we arrived on the bus, shipped off the bus, and again that language barrier, and there's no, Chinese people aren't friendly, so there's no friendliness, there's no laughing, strictly pick your bags up, put them here, and there was a sense of urgency because the day before we were rushing around and missed our flight then. So we get off the bus, we then jump in a limo, or called a limo, black van. I was separated from Freddie there and I didn't like that, so he was with my mum and with my grandparents. We arrived at the China border, and again, very, very strict, pretty terrifying. So you rock up, an alarm went off for our car, the car in front of us, Mum, Freddie, and everyone went through. We started to go through the checkpoint, the alarm went off for us, and we didn't know what that meant. Our driver, first time he spoke English for a while, he goes, shit. So we thought, oh, so we were ushered around the back of the checkpoint to be removed from the vehicle, luggage checked, van checked, and us checked. At that point as well, we had Neil's bag and something they didn't like within Neil's bag. And so what we did there, we sort of said to him, cut the locks off because we didn't have it, but we got through there. So, and then from the China checkpoint, we had to go through the Hong Kong checkpoint. And again, that wasn't a nice experience, but it was good because I could catch up with Freddie there as well then. So we all sort of met in the checkpoint, which is only separated by about 50 metres. And then it was all through there, jump in the vans, let's go, we've got a plane to catch. My thoughts driving from the China-Hong Kong checkpoint through to the airport, it was actually relief to be out of China. I didn't like China at all. And actually it was nice to be back in Hong Kong, which was a weird feeling. And it was good to see parts of Hong Kong that we didn't see previously being in Macau.
So here we are at Hong Kong Airport. Everything is very quiet. Just travellers inside the terminal. Thank goodness. There's our little troop. All going well. We'll be on a flight in about 5 hours. It's been quite the ordeal, that's for sure. What an experience. But the team has handled it really well, and little Freddie has been absolutely amazing. He's such a great little guy, very mature for just 2.5 years old. He's been such a perfect little boy.
Well, we're at least going to be in July.
Should be. At least we're this far.
We haven't been this close to Europe in a week. We haven't given up.
There's our wonderful flight crew. We're at the gate. What a magnificent piece of machinery.
And
Freddie, we're going on a plane again. Who have you got, Freddie? What's in your hand?
what's his name?
Mine.
It's yours.
May I see it, Freddie? Can you show it to the camera? Oh, that's beautiful. Show me again.
Yeah. Look at the mane. Say hello. He just wanted to say hello.
What do you reckon, Freddie? Is this good? Hey everyone! We're heading to our connection, which leaves in about 3 hours or so, maybe a little bit longer than that. And we'll land in Frankfurt around about 8 o'clock in the morning. Everyone's doing well. Everyone got a bit of sleep. Great flight. Great to be on the A380 again. I love that plane. It's so nice and big, and the staff are fantastic. Within 15 minutes of being on the plane, Freddie was getting carried down the aisle and kissing the flight attendants. Yes, he had a pretty good time. They loved him. And he got a photo taken as well with him and Brittany. And with their Instamatic camera, and put in a little folder, so that's really cute. So we're heading to the next terminal, so I'm going to sign off for now, and I will talk to you a little bit later on. Steve Nahuson, signing off in Dubai. He hasn't said where he is yet. He said we're here.
Yeah, I'll push that. Here he is, here he is.
All right, then go to your boy.
What a trip! What a trip! This is Lord. John, how are you, buddy? Oh, of course.
You're sick.
Hey,
This is Freddie.
Hello, nice to meet you.
There's my mum and dad.
I think we have a wedding to go to.
This is Lorraine.
No, it's just us two. Bring the seats. You're not getting trouble for service, right? Oh, I said to Freddie, I said, are you going to see Luke? And he said, yes. I said, are you going to be shy? And he said,
Yeah.
I'm not on the screen anymore.
When you have an experience like that, you do realize what's the most important thing, because people were, the week before the wedding, everyone was saying like, oh, I hope you have good weather and I hope everything runs smoothly, and I was just like, that's not important at all. For me, it's the main thing is that everyone that we love has to be there, and that eventually, luckily, was the case.
Yeah.
And all the rest is just, it's really not important.
Yeah. Mum, for example, started to feel bad that she fell asleep before the opening dance and stuff like that. I said, that's fine. I said, you saw the ceremony, you guys were there. That's the most important. So.
There were some really touch and go moments there. I felt really sorry for Mum. She did a very good job considering everything. And I was surprised at how happy I was to see Luke. Yes.
It was a massive trip. It was a big trip. But I think it shows that despite all of the stress and chaos and anxiety, everyone stuck together. Everyone looked after each other. We all made sure that everyone was okay, and I think it's a good example of when you want to get to Europe enough, you'll find a way, because it was definitely very trying times, but we made it. It was all worth it in the end.
The wedding actually wasn't that good.